Hello, my name is Sheena and I'm here today to demonstrate the mobilizations and stretches that are in my new book, The Beginner's Guide to Preparing Your Body for Exercise. In the chapter on the mobilizations, there are two that are very important and I want to show them to you today. So I have in my studio a 6-inch foam roller that has been cut in half and covered. So it's got a flat side and a round side. I would recommend you start with a foam roller like this and then graduate to a larger roller. But this is great for a beginner, and as I know my readers are starting their exercise program for the first time or coming back to exercise after a lengthy rest period, what we're going to do is mobilize the thoracic spine. So that's your upper back. And I want you to put the noodle right where, if you're a woman, where your bra is. If you're a man, you probably know where the bra line is, but it's halfway from the middle of your back to your neck, so up here. You don't want to go too low or you'll hurt yourself. So for me, I find the spot. I just move the noodle into place. Make sure your feet are placed comfortably on the floor. Bend your knees, put your hands behind your head, and slowly lower your head towards the floor. If you have long hair, you'll want to take your hair clip out, remove it to the side, and you want to feel a lovely stretch in your back. Pull your head so the back of your head is on the floor. So I don't want you like that. The top of the head should not be on the floor like that. That is too much of a strain on your neck. So pull your head so that the back is gently lying on the floor. And then what you want to do is put one hand on one side of your ribs. So for me, right hand on my right rib cage. Left hand goes up and back. And just breathe into it. Breathe. You might even feel some popping. That's a chiropractic treatment. Now, place your left or right foot on your left knee. So opposite foot to arm that's outstretched. And just feel a beautiful stretch in your hips as well. This might be difficult to get into this, especially if your hips are tight, but just keep playing with it. Maybe make your knee a little bit wider, angle a little wider, like stretch your foot out. If you have trouble getting your foot in that position, and then gently pull your foot towards your bottom, giving yourself a nice stretch in your hips. So take your foot out, switch arms, and put your other foot up on your right side. And hold this position. Breathe in and out through a few breath cycles. Deep breath, exhale. If you have trouble putting your hand on the floor because you're so tight in your shoulders, put something underneath your hand, a pillow or a book or something, so that your arm can sit up a little bit higher. But don't give in to the tightness in your shoulder. Get your back on the foam roller and really feel an opening. Be aware of the difference between your left and your right side. And breathe and feel your hips stretching as well. Take your foot down. Move your hands to your rib cage. If it's really, really sore to put your arms out here, by all means you can keep them on your rib cage. To get out of this position, take your hands, put them underneath your head, gently lift your head up, come up, take the foam roller out, and then lie back down. And the second mobilization is for your lower back. So I want you to put the foam roller under your lower back. Now this is going to be right in the small of your back. So you don't want it up too high, it's going to hurt your spine. You don't want it down too low because that's not going to do anything. So you want it right, feel in the small of your back. And gently drop your tailbone towards the floor. Now for some of you, you might have never felt this sensation and it will seem really awkward. A lot of you will be very tight in your lower back from sitting, from working. So for a lot of people, they get to this position and they can't even feel their tailbone dropping. Or they might experience pain or discomfort. So don't go to where it's painful. Go to where it feels slightly uncomfortable and stop. But every time you do this and you breathe into it, you're going to learn to relax your back while you keep your upper back still. So put your arms out at your side, or for me, I like to put them behind me to keep my shoulders nice and open. And just gently lift your bum up and down. And feel a beautiful stretch. Push your lower back into the top of the foam roller and then let your tailbone fall down. Take a few deep breaths. This will actually put your spine in a much more neutral position. If you're really tight in your lower back, as many people are, this movement will seem a little scary at first, but just keep at it every day. Get down on the floor, grab your foam roller, mobilize your upper and lower spine, and your exercise program will be much more efficient, much more beneficial. I recommend you do this at least wait a half an hour after you wake up before you start mobilizing your spine. Evenings are a really good time to do this if you're at home on the floor in front of the TV or at the gym after your workout. Mobilize your spine, get your spine in the right position before you go home. Okay, so next we'll go on to the stretches.